Okay, so first thing you are going to want to do is make sure you have your CE mod tools installed. They're very easy to find. If you don't have them currently installed, all you need to go do is check the tools box right here. So mine is checked by default, and make sure you have your uninstalled programs showing and go all the way down, and it will show a tools tab. I have a bunch of categories. I have so many games, so my shit's all cluttered up. But you would go down, and then Halo would show up in your list. Halo CE mod tools would show up here. I already have them favorited, so they're not in this list, and they're installed already currently. But yes, so that is how you find the tools. They're about 700 megabytes, not a big download. It's basically just tags and stuff. So yeah, once you install that, then you're gonna right click on it and you are going to push properties. You're going to go to local files and then browse. There is a quicker way to do that. I'm just not sure of how to do it at the moment. So after that, you're going to have this folder come up. This is your main folder with all your tools. It's going to have your tags, which is the data in the game. It's going to be bipeds, vehicles, weapons, all that stuff. So this is very important. This is your main workspace, and you will be using this folder very often. First thing you are going to want to do, you will see a tags.zip and a data.zip in your file, or in your folder, excuse me. So what you're going to do, if you're using 7-zip, I'm sure it's similar. If you have WinRAR, then same process that I'm doing. You're going to right click your tags folder, tags.zip folder first, and you're going to extract here. I've already extracted my tags, so I'm not going to do it. Same thing for the data.zip, excuse me. You're going to push extract here as well. After you do that, you will have a tags folder with a bunch of stuff in it. This is all of your important game files, and you are going to have a data file which has your JMS files, scripts, things like that for campaign. JMS is basically like models, so this is a custom map that I'm working on. And yeah. So that is all of your folder space stuff. You're gonna have all this set up. Okay, so next you guys are gonna want to go to this website, this GitHub page, and you're gonna download the Osoyoos launcher. I don't know if I said that right. Sorry to who made it if I butchered the name. It's basically a GUI tool, and some other things that is really important. Basically, it makes it to where instead of having to use tool and write command lines and stuff manually, you'll be able to click buttons and then compile your maps with this tool instead. It's a lot more convenient for those who aren't familiar with command and stuff like that. So it's very useful, very easy to get. All you gotta do is go to this page, go to the right here where it says releases, and then you are gonna click Osoyoos download, or .exe, I apologize. And then it will download. I already have it, so there's no worries. Once you download it, you're going to want to put it in your tag tool, etc., folder, your workspace folder, I'll call it. So you're going to want to drag it into here. That's what I did. It was easiest for me to do it that way. And then, just for example, I will reset up the profile settings for when you first get the tool. So this is going to show up, and it's going to show all this new stuff. All you're going to do is go to, add button right here, and it'll basically have this small little GUI panel. You're going to push profile wizard. You're going to push browse under HEK path. And then after that, you're going to go to your install wherever your workspace is downloaded. For me, it is downloaded in my D drive. I don't know where your guys's will be, but yeah. So you will want to point it to the Chelin_1 folder, and then you're going to switch it from Gearbox HEK to 343 H1A HEK, and then you're going to push OK. And then after this, it will show up with all of this stuff. For your game path, all you're going to do is browse, Halo tag test, data folder path, browse, data, browse tag folder path, browse, and then you're going to go to tags. Very simple stuff, super easy. And then leave all this stuff default. I didn't touch it and it worked fine for me. And you're going to push save. So now your GUI is very very good. It's set up, so you're good to go. So first thing I'm going to show you guys is Sapien. So we're going to open the tool, and your folder is not going to point to this at first. You're going to want to make sure that you are in your workspace folder wherever you installed your mod tools, whether that's in your C drive, D drive, or another hard drive or SSD that you have. You'll want to go to that, and then you'll want to go to tags. You will go to levels, and then you will go, if you want to do a single player campaign map, you will go A through D, one of these. If you know Halo, then you will know all the map names. If you want to do a different map, which is a multiplayer map, you'll go to test, and then you'll pick one of the maps here. I'm going to go with Death Island for this tutorial, just to show you guys a completely default map, non-edited, because my Blood Gulch is really edited right now. So anyways, you're going to open this file. Scenario will open in Sapien, and if it doesn't load as quickly at first, don't worry about it. It's just Sapien loading everything for the first time if it's a new map that hasn't been opened. So basic controls. Also, your windows will not look like this when Sapien first opens. You're going to have to actually organize everything yourself. You're going to have to move these around. You can scale them, whatever, you know, whatever you decide to do. This is personally the workflow space that I have made. It works really well, so if you want to pause the video and copy this layout, you're more than welcome to. But this personally works for me the best, and it's very organized and everything is where I can see it. So yeah. So controls. Middle mouse button is going to be your camera. You're going to be holding down the middle mouse button to rotate, look up, down, etc. Kind of like, you know, you're playing a first person shooter, just moving around, doing whatever. W, A, S, and D are to rotate and move forwards and backwards, left and right. Middle mouse button is rotate. And then R is to go up, F is to go down, and shift is to change your speed. You can change it up to 60 times, and then it will go back to 1. So if you want to go, you know, faster or slower, you can. Also, if you hold the mouse button and then scroll inwards, it will make you go slower. If you scroll backwards, it will make you go faster. So you can kind of fine-tune your speeds for how fast you want your camera to be. So with all of that aside, we're going to get into some basic stuff. This is super simple stuff, not too difficult. So this is your hierarchy. This is very important. This is basically everything that's going to be in your level, from vehicles, AI, bipeds, weapons, player starting points, where the flags are going to be, where the flag base is, your scenery, everything. Anything that is in this map is in your hierarchy right now. So if you guys are interested, we're going to do some bipeds. These are not AI. They're not going to move. I won't be going over that in this video just yet, but I probably will do a video on more advanced Sapien things. I'm just kind of going over the basics for this video because I don't want it to be, you know, an hour long. So basically, you're going to click bipeds. There's going to be nothing on this list. You're going to push edit types, and you're going to go to add. Now, it's going to have a weird folder or whatever. Make sure you go to your workflow or workspace folder, your Chellin 1 folder. You're going to go to tags, and you're going to go to characters. There's a lot of different things that you can spawn in. It's kind of cool to see all of them in game just standing there. They're not going to attack you. They're not going to do anything. They're just going to be standing there with their idle animations. So you can do a flood. You can do Captain Keys, Cortana. You can do an unarmed crewman. You can do a cyborg, you know, whatever. There's a bunch of stuff. So for this one, I'm just going to do a flood infection form. Actually, we will do a flood combat human form. Why not? So I'm going to push add tag. Make sure you're selecting the dot biped and then push add tags. And then after you push done, it will be selected. Now, there's not going to be anything here. You're going to need to go to this list, and you're going to left click on that drop down bar, and then you're going to left click flood combat human, push right click with your mouse, boom, you got a flood boy. Look at him, he's just vibing, he's big chilling, gross as fuck. Anyways, so if you want more, right click, and on this bottom list, right, let's say I wanted another biped in here, but I wanted to change one of these specifically. What you would do, edit types, you would add, you would go back to where your bipeds are, characters, and I'm going to pick, we'll do a flood carrier for example. So I'll add that tag, right? Okay, so if I want to add one of these, or if I want to replace one of these to be a flood carrier, let's say this one, I will just click this drop down after selecting it in the hierarchy, and then click that. Boom, we got a flood carrier. He's ugly as fuck as well, big old nutsack looking boy. And then if you want to add another one, bada bing. Easy stuff, super cool. If this is highlighted or any of these are highlighted and you switch, it will automatically change them. So if you want to add new ones and not switch them, make sure you click down here in the blank space and it will unselect everything, and then you can just place stuff down. So that is for bipeds. For weapons in multiplayer, this is kind of important. You will definitely want, sorry, my phone alarm went off. You will definitely want to do something different than just placing down a weapon. It's a little different. So if you were to just go to weapons and then edit types and add, and then go to a weapon, right? I can place down a gun doing that method, but it will not respawn. It's not under the multiplayer parameters. So if you just do a weapon, it's not going to work normally like other ones do. So what you want to do is go to net game equipment, you're going to go to edit types, and then you're going to add, you're going to go back to your tags folder, and you are going to go to item collections. Oh no, that is not correct, I'm so sorry. You're gonna go to weapons, and then you're gonna go to, you know, gravity rifle. Let's just do the gravity rifle for fun. So we'll just do gravity rifle, and I will place it there. So now this right here will have a little bar. There's not going to be a weapon here when it spawns, but you will have a little bar empty right here, and it will say item collection, and then you will push this little 3-dot box right here, and you will go back to your tags, and you'll go to item collections, single weapons, and then, you know, plasma pistol or whatever. I mean, if you want to add a gravity rifle to the item collection list, I can make a video on how to add an item collection to the game, but that is just how you would do it in general. Ideally, you know, you would have just default weapons, because we don't really have any custom bitmaps, or not bitmaps, excuse me, custom tags, custom weapon tags and things like that that are really working, unless you make your own, which I do have some that I've made, but I haven't released any yet. They're just variants of the default guns. But anyways, so when you see these type bars right here for the weapon, right, I'm going to delete this plasma pistol, but you'll see right here, flamethrower, rocket launcher, whatever, it says all games. So you can have, you know, a rocket launcher only spawn on Slayer, or only spawn on CTF, etc., etc. So that's pretty cool. If you want to make, you know, rocket Slayer, then you would have only rocket launchers with Slayer. You would have CTF rockets, etc., etc. For this, we're just going to keep it at all games, and it will show the item collection down here. So again, if you want the weapon to actually spawn in the map, you need to hit that 3-dot button and then pick rocket launcher item collection, or whatever you want to pick for the weapon. Net game flags, pretty much the same thing. It's going to be all of your oddball spawns, your flag hills, your racetrack markers when you're racing, and your what is it called? Your teleporters. Sorry for that, I had a little stroke. But yeah, if your teleporters are not marked, with these flags, they will not work, and you will not be able to walk through teleporters anywhere, which would really suck if someone's trying to play on your map and then all of a sudden they run into a teleporter and they get cornered because it doesn't work. So teleporter source is the source, clearly, so when you're walking in, and then the target is going to be where you're going to come out of the teleporter from. So if I wanted to, right, in theory, I actually haven't tested this, but this should work. So if I go to teleporter target and teleporter source, make sure you have those two understood before you do this. I'm going to edit type. Actually, no, I'm not going to edit type. I'm going to right click here, and it's my teleporter source, right? If I want to make it to where the teleporter spawns me right here, I will click on teleporter target, and then I will right click here. So in theory, in game, when I walk onto that light, it will spawn me on that hill. As far as I am concerned, that is how it works. We will test it in game, and I will record it just to show you guys. But that's pretty much the basics. That's putting down weapons. That is putting down bipeds, teleporters. There's a lot more stuff you can do. There's vehicles and things like that. You can add custom vehicles, custom weapons. I'll get into a video maybe with some more detailed stuff on how to do that. Hopefully this part of the video helped you guys. This is the Sapien tutorial. And to end it, I'm going to show you guys basically all you got to do is save scenario as. Be sure to save as. Do not save scenario. I do this for backup reasons, just in case. You do have the zip of tags if you need to back up stuff, if you need to replace everything. It happens. Sometimes you'll fuck up and your tags will get corrupted, but it's all good. Alright, so now we're going to get into the Guerilla part of things. This is going to be pretty quick. I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm just going to kind of show you guys what is possible. And I will also have some in-game footage of examples of what I've made. And then we will finish up the video. So this is Guerilla. This is basically your tag editor. This is what you specifically change values with and edit tags with. So like if I wanted to change, okay, so for example, we're gonna do this just for fun. I'm going to go to my map that I just edited, levels, test, death island, and then I'm gonna go to death test.scenario. So you want to open the scenario file itself, and you're going to push open. Cool. So this is all the stuff that is in our map that we can edit. It has our vehicles, our flags, everything. Very cool stuff. You can do a lot with this tool. I haven't even scratched the surface, but I do know the basics. So for fun, we're just going to change our skybox. We're going to do that so I can show you guys how to do that. So we're going to do the 3-dot button right here under skies, and then we are going to go to our tags folder again. We're going to go to sky, and then I'm going to pick probably sky UI. I really like this sky. It's very space looking. It's very cool. So I'm going to open that, and now our sky is changed. I will get into some more info with this in a second on how to save it and stuff if you're done. For this, there's nothing else we really need to change, but you can change, you know, the vehicle palette. If you want to add a custom vehicle and replace one of these, you totally could. Same with weapons. If you want to add a new weapon, etc., you're more than welcome to do that. I will go into that probably in another video, but this is just to show you what Guerilla is. There's a lot of stuff you can do. You can edit guns specifically, you can do vehicles, you can do player speed, player health, you can do what damage does what for guns, you can do how fast they shoot, you can do, you know, how fast a vehicle drives, can it fly, can it not. A lot of cool stuff. So what we're going to do is save as, and then death test.scenario will be our actually we'll just save it. I'm going to save it. I don't really need to overwrite or make a new file for that. So death test.scenario, save, boom, and we are going to exit Guerilla, Now the final step you're going to want to do is compile your map. So actually, one more thing, we're going to go back to Sapien. There's something I want to show you guys with lighting. So if you change your skybox, it will change the lighting of the game itself. As you can see here, my skybox has changed. Sorry for not being able to speak English this video, apparently. But yeah, skybox is different. We're looking spacey out here. Looks really cool. So what we're gonna do to redo our lighting, because it's still bright technically, we're gonna do console, which is tilde key, radiosity, and then we're gonna do underscore quality 0, and then we're gonna do radiosity underscore start. It's gonna go black for a second. Don't worry, it's not broken. It's gonna have some numbers in the left that are gonna be moving, and when they get down to 0, that is when you can push tilde and then do the next command that I'm gonna say. So we'll let that do its thing, and then I will come back. The lighting has finished, and what we are gonna do is push the tilde key. It will pop up the console command again, just to show you guys one more time. Radiosity underscore save. It will save, and now we have a nighttime Death Island. Of course, you can edit the scenery and stuff to make them less bright, and you can edit the brightness or darkness of the map itself. You can do a lot of different things, but that is how you save your lighting and get it to update with your skybox. Very important. If you're changing the skybox at all, you should run the lighting so it can change the lighting to the accustomed skybox. So that is pretty much that. And now I'm going to show you guys how to export. So I'm going to save scenario. We're going to open Osoyoos or however you say it. And we're going to click this packaging button down here, and we're going to push browse. What we're going to do now is go to levels, test, whatever map you edited. For me, it's going to be deathtest.scenario. I'm going to open it, and I'm going to push package level. It's going to pop up with this command prompt. It's going to do a bunch of shit, and we're going to wait. Shouldn't take too long. It usually does it in a couple of seconds. It'll say press any key, and then you push enter or whatever you choose, and it will close the command. You can close this, and in your maps folder you will have your new map. Mine is Death Test. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to open my Master Chief Collection folder. I'm going to go to Halo 1 Maps. I'm going to cannot speak. I'm going to paste this, and unfortunately we cannot add new maps yet. We can only replace current maps. So I'm going to delete Death Island. Make sure you have a backup of all your maps, by the way, just in case if you want to replace them. Very important. I would keep a backup of everything, your tags, your maps. Just be safe. You know, if you don't want these changes anymore, or if you want to play online, you're going to want to have the backups. We're going to change this to Death Island. And then at this point, all we got to do is turn on the game and load the map. Alright, and as you can see, everything worked perfectly. We are now on our new night island. I'm just going to call it that for fun. Our flood boys. They all spawned in. They look great. And everything is working. We're going to go check out and see if that teleporter thing worked, because I actually haven't tested that before. But yeah, this is pretty much the modding process. Obviously, it can get more complicated when you add, you know, custom maps and you do custom vehicles, or if you're changing weapons and things like that. But yeah, so we'll check this. And it did not take me to the rock, but it did work as a teleporter. So I don't know, maybe I'll have to do some more research and stuff on that. But it did teleport me. That's pretty sick. And yeah, hopefully this tutorial helped you guys. I'm sorry, I'm not really good at explaining things in YouTube format. This is all kind of new to me, so if it was awkward or if there wasn't anything you really understood, just let me know down in the comments below. If you're new to the channel and this helped you out and you like Halo, Feel free to subscribe. I'll probably be doing some more tutorials with Sapien and the future mod tools for Halo 3. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.